stream link anyway.
Yeah, email it, yeah.
Yeah.
Disaster.
Right, so that's live now. So, welcome guys. This is ASR Tier 2 Round 1. And we are in Catalonia. So, an interesting qualifying session is ahead of us, with a few drivers looking to make a decent first impression, as they have recently joined into Tier 2. And we have a few favourites from last season still with us. So, and I also have a guest host today with No Fandangle, who races in Tier 3 for ASR. Anything you'd like to add?
No. not at this time.
Slick. So, any guesses on who will get into Q3? I know it's still a long way off, but it's one of those things that needs to be talked about very early on, in case there's a couple of surprises.
I'm just struggling with my volume here currently. I only know about half of this grid, I would say.
Half the grid, it's people that we race with on other days, or we speak to on a regular basis. Well, for me personally anyway.
Yeah.
Because I just don't shut up, ever.
I never would have guessed.
But yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, Jay Williams is in and out of the session at the moment.
Internet possibly, yeah.
Yeah, or it's just Codemasters being Codemasters. So I will quickly send you this over, and I think I have Jay Williams as a friend. So give me a sec. I hate Google. There you go. So Jay Williams is now back in the session, so he may have used up his first few invites. Let's...
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Alexa?
Go away, Google. Sorry about that. My Google Mini just decided to get involved in that conversation. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's just Google for you. So we will.
I have the link there.
So yeah, any of the guys that aren't racing and want to get involved, just send a comment to the YouTube, and one of us will pick it up and respond accordingly. So let's see who's actually... Right, Jay Williams is currently in and out of the session. You should have him as a friend, Dan.
Say that again.
Jay Williams, do you know Tuesday League?
Yeah,
Will you just send him a couple of invites, please?
I will, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry that we've missed this. There has been a few minor technical issues. With Rosie currently in P1 in Q1, doing a 1:16.4, and Yao Mir doing a 1:16.8. As I've already stated previously, guys, if any of you have a stupid PSN name, I am just going to give you a random nickname, and that is what you're going to be allocated for the rest of the season. Because I am terrible with names. So if it's anything that I just look at and I know I can't pronounce without sounding like an idiot, I will just give you a random nickname, and it will be something basic like Kevin or something along those lines. Nivy doing a 1:16.3, and that's Jay Williams now back in the session. Where is he? can we just take a moment to appreciate that Monkey Mafia is the only one out on mediums in Q1? I'm not sure if that was an accident or whether he did that purposely, as Rosie's now dropped into the 115s with a 115.8. Well, we'll round it up to a 115.9 because it's that close. And
my link is after dropping there again, Kieran.
Is it just running slow on your end?
It's just it looks like it timed out, to be honest with you. 6 minutes 26, that's as far as it's going for me here.
I did send you another one, so bear with.
Yeah, work away on your own time.
Go away, I don't want to talk to you right now. So there we go. There you go, that one's got no subject line. But Just Coconuts has just pipped Rosie to P1 at the moment with a 115.827. So some pretty interesting times going on. Monkey Matthews dropped all the way down to P11 already with a 118.3. And do we have... This is Rizzle Sticks, the man, the myth, the whatever you want to fill that in with, driving the Red Bull this season, as he goes purple through Sector 1. Is he actually going to maintain this throughout the rest of the lap? Because we both know he only lasts about a minute. I was waiting for you to get that one. So let's see how he gets on with Sector 2. The car ahead of him might want to get out of the way, and has done. Very tidy from Rizzle so far. I think that's the only time I've ever uttered that sentence.
Oh God.
No, normally Rizzle's laps are kind of tidy in one sector and then a complete mess in the other. But he still somehow managed to hold it together. As he goes 6th with Sadistic King in 7th, Full Fair in 8th, J Hartnell 9th, Bantoff 14 in 10th, Liverpool Fan in 11th, and Young Smoke coming across the line in 12th. Monkey Matthews now out, well, in the garage, but he's putting on a fresh set of soft tyres. As Ian has gone into P3 and he's just dived into the pits. Don't blame him. I'd say the top 3 are safe for now.
Okay, I'm back with you there now. I had a volume issue there, so yeah. Just trying to get up that stream there now again.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Obviously I know that there can be technical issues. It happens.
Okay, here we go. Laughing.
So that Shadow is partnering Rizzle Sticks this tier, well, for this tier. The man that said that he wouldn't be able to make it today because it's Super Bowl Sunday, but yet here he is. He'd much rather play F1 than watch a football game that lasts like 6 hours. In fact,
Yolmir has given it 3 laps so far. Q1.
I think so the lap delta, well, the lap telemetry, it includes the in lap for some reason.
Ah, yes, yes.
So he's done 2 flying laps on the softs, and then he's done his in lap.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone inside the top 11 is in, well, top 10 is in the pits, and then who was that just retired? Oh, has he crashed out? Going towards turn 10. Because that looks like it's a Williams. Just parked. Oh, yep. Oh! He lost that coming out of the exit of turn 9. So, Spain has already confirmed its first victim with Helgelen.
Yeah.
So, Eileen is out. I'm not trying to pronounce that again because I completely botched it the first time. So even though they may be male, they are now Eileen. Santi has also retired, which looks like the same place. That does look like someone has binned it in the exact same place.
Yeah, it can be. It's quite slippery in areas, isn't it?
Yeah, we both know on how slippery the uphill chicane at 8 and 9 are.
Yeah.
It is a horrible corner to get wrong because it can just result in you going straight into the wall, and I know that from first-hand experience from Friday. And turn 9...
It's hard to hold on to that.
Yeah, and turn 9 going onto that back straight. It's like, you know the chicane at Australia? If you catch the curb at the wrong angle on the exit, it's putting you in the wall. And that looks like what's happened with the 2 runners. So, as we had a full grid, we are only losing 3 drivers from Q2, well, from Q1 now. So, I'd say... Oh, Full Fledge just put himself into the top 11. Who is this that has just messaged me? So Liverpool fan and Young Smoke both sat in the pits at the moment, surprisingly. But there is 5 minutes of this session left, and Liverpool fan is right on the bubble of going out. Monkey Mafia is currently on a lap. Or he's just completed a lap, sorry. And it was slower than his lap on mediums. So unless he overfueled for a couple of runs, yeah. Oh, there we go. He's 4 attempts in the green round the end of sector 1. And
Rosie and Ian Max seem happy with their times. Anyway, they've retired. So
yeah, I don't blame him for that. I did say they were safe. And here's the awkward slippy corner. It is easy to invalidate. Oh, that's a nice view of the Williams DRS system working. Shame it never works in real life. But that's because they're never close enough to a car to actually get DRS. As I believe Monkey Mafia, if he improves by just over a second, he will put himself around about 12th on if he manages to maintain this pace for the rest of the lap. Which still won't be safe. Oh, he puts himself... He lost... He only gained a 10th through that final corner, through that final sector.
Yeah, that last chicane there can kill you, and that if you get that wrong at all, you're in the height of trouble.
Yeah, it's one of those where you've got to maintain your momentum throughout it, but you cannot take the slightest bit too much curb, because the curbs are that high, it just kills any sort of momentum if you go too far over it.
Yeah, my last lap in Q3 the other night, I took 0.7, and it was sector 3, nearly on its own. Shot me from, I think, 7th or 8th up to 2nd, just out of nowhere. 115.
115.7 by Zimmer. So there's a few respectable, well, quality laps out, more than respectable quality laps out. I think some of these are like what some people would set in time trial, where the conditions are perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I know the current pole time is around about what I did in time trial. I think it's only like a tenth slower.
Yeah.
So, and I know full well that Liverpool fan has been practicing around here for most of the day, and he's been doing it in the wet and the dry, but with 2 minutes to go, he's only just leaving the pits. Or he's just coming in.
Young Smoke is going for a flying lap there now.
So I wonder what the issue is with Liverpool fan. It's actually not finding him on my screen. My driver's
yeah, I'm the same.
Like saying he's in the pit, but oh, now it's reloaded. There we go. It's fine. So he may just be starting in P16. Oh, here he goes. He was waiting to leave the pits. He was left that a little bit late. Just needs to hope he doesn't get impeded on this make or break lap. And let's see, Young Smoke is 3 tenths quicker so far going into sector 3. That was a very tight line from him through turn 10.
Very, yeah.
Did lose him quite a bit of time and speed. He just seemed to bog down on the exit. So here he goes through the final chicane. And manages to keep it intact without invalidating his lap there. He used all of the track except for those 4.5 feet on the left hand side. So that looks like Young Smoke is out of this session, as Liverpool fan has got 45 seconds to do the final half of the lap. As Night Shadow is currently the man on the brink. And
Liverpool fan has gone off there at 10, so I think that's his lap gone.
No, I think he may have been moving out of the way.
Oh, yeah. That's
But he's got 25 seconds to get round this final chicane. As he hasn't invalidated this yet, so he could actually just cut the final. Yeah, he's got plenty of time. He was just letting a car pass in order to get a clean run.
Yeah, I thought he was on a flying. Excellent.
So, P16 at the moment, his teammates in P18. We will come back to him in a moment, as everyone else is wrapping up the laps. Night Shadow, Night Shadow is currently down on his lap in P15. So not a particularly good performance from him so far. It will be Night Shadow and then Liverpool fan across the line. Night Shadow's had a moment somewhere as he's 2.6 seconds down.
Yeah, Young Smoke has gone anyway at 117 flat.
It's a decent quality lap around here, but he'll be disappointed to be out in Q1. As Liverpool fan is looking at beating him into Q2, as he's 4 tenths quicker than his previous best. 4 tenths quicker will put him exactly around about 13th. Actually, it'll be around about 14th if he can maintain this pace. So it'll be interesting as final couple of corners. He carried a lot of speed through that final little bit.
He did.
Puts himself into 6th. He found half a second. Yeah. Half a second in that final sector. So
that's what I was saying to you. I took 0.7 of a second the other night. You can just find it. If you can get the rhythm right in sector 3, you can get you well up there.
Yeah, it took me until about lap 2 or 3 of the race on Friday actually to find the braking zone and where to turn in. So as we do a quick run through the top 15, Simo, Just Coconuts, Rosie, Mayama, Ian, Liverpool fan, Yalma, Nivi, Jay Hartnell, Sadistic King, Jay Williams, Rizzle Sticks, Killer J, Full Fair, Bantov, all make it through, and we have lost Night Shadow, Young Smoke, Monkey Mafia, Santi, and Ellen. So all of them have been eliminated from qualifying, as Ian has just left the session. So if you could send him an invite back, that would be a great help.
Yeah. It's kind of unforgiving. It's an unforgiving track when you only a couple of laps, 3 laps, 4 maybe, in Q1. If you make a mistake, it's so easy to make a mistake in Sector 3 in particular.
Sector 3 will kill any sort of hopes you have at a pole position in Q3 if you mess it up.
So what's the strategy? Are we going to see mediums?
It wouldn't surprise me if we see most people coming out on mediums now. I say that as I've just clicked the fitted and 4 drivers are on mediums, everyone else is on softs, but they might not have changed their tyres yet. So Killer J and Just Coconuts are both out on medium tyres. If any of the drivers are actually watching and want to give us a quick rundown of what you're thinking strategy-wise for the race, or even like what sort of wings you're running, that would be great, as it gives us something else to talk about, except for on how quick you are compared to us two.
Speak for yourself there, buddy.
I will do. And this just doesn't look right to me. Sadistic King being in a racing point. Do you know when you've got a mental image of someone, and then you like think of what they drive? A bright pink Mercedes isn't what I'd put Sadistic King down as driving.
Yeah, I have an image as well. There's no pink involved. To be fair.
He has interestingly enough come out on a set of soft tyres.
Yeah.
So bear in mind, the tyres that are used to set their fastest lap in this session are the tyre that they will use to start the race on if they progress through to Q3. But
I think looking back now, the medium, if you can qualify high enough up on the medium, it just opens up a lot of doors for you.
Yeah, if you can put it inside the top 10 on mediums. No, it doesn't even necessarily have to be inside the top 10. If you can get free tyre choice but be P11 or 12 and just about miss out on Q3 by like a couple of tenths here or there, that could be beneficial to you, because one, you get a fresh set of mediums to start the race on. The car ahead will have a U set to start the race on, so you've immediately got 2 laps advantage there.
Yes.
So when they're sitting there going, oh, I need to pit now, you can just go, well, I've got 2 more laps before the tyres will start to fall off slightly. And there was a yellow flag down at turn 10, of which have you seen the revised layout for this now? So turn 10 is being changed again.
Yeah, I see that. I see it.
So it's no longer going to be a hairpin. It's going to be, do you know where you've got the runoff at the bottom of it where it loops round?
Yeah.
That's what the new turns are going to be from this season, if obviously Spain happens this year.
Yeah.
But how are they going to redesign a part of the track and re-tarmac it and everything when COVID is happening? And
I did a bit of reading actually. Apparently they're fairly financially strapped as well. So that might help. The track itself, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. The thing is, I don't understand how any sort of racetrack in Spain is cash strapped.
Yeah.
Because Catalonia has held the Grand Prix for what, the last 15 or so years for F1. It also holds
done, yeah.
the MotoGP and a few other tracks. Obviously, hold the Spanish tracks hold the European Grand Prix. As
Sector 2 yellow flag.
yeah, that is slow McLaren, so that will be Killer J. Just getting out of people's way.
Yeah. What do we think of that Just Coconuts 116.2? It's not a bad lap on a medium.
No, that isn't a bad lap.
J. Williams 116.5, 116.7, Ian Mack. Yeah.
Bearing in mind, normally the medium tyres are around about half a second a lap slower on any given track. It's just the default telemetry that you're given whenever you look at your tyre choice. It will vary from track to track. It will sometimes go, oh, they're like 3 tenths slower, but then on another track they're like 8 tenths to a second slower. But where they're only like 3 tenths down, that's not a bad. Well, it's not even 3 tenths. It's just under 2. Just over 2 tenths.
Yeah. It's funny. Track-wise, I did a bit of practicing here the other day before our race, and I did maybe 10-15 laps medium hard, and I had more pace on the hards. Anything up to a second a lap, kind of 2 tenths to a second a lap. I found it strange.
It does depend on your setup too, as to what tyres like switch on quicker. And like, I typically prefer the harder compounds. I like going further into the race than most people, and I will use them to go, like, I think it's 33 laps in the race today.
33, yeah.
Yeah, and like, if I hadn't have crashed on Friday, I probably would have taken those mediums to around about lap 14 or 15 and then pitted.
Yeah, it opens it up. I'm fairly sure Bate went 18 laps on the mediums.
It's very easily done around here, as long as you're gentle with them and you don't abuse them too much.
I suppose the tendency here, and I don't know about yourself, but there's always the temptation, even when you're back in the garage with a decent lap on mediums, there's always that thing in your mind saying, I better throw on the sauce, do you know? Yeah,
because you're looking at everyone, like, the track rubbers in very quickly, as we can see, flicking through the times, with Rosie on a surprising 120.1 on the mediums. I'm not sure what happened there. Sadistic King, I think these might be banker laps that they've posted. So, I said banker.
Banker or banter?
Bank. Banker. So, I think that's what they've posted. So, they've just got one in the bank in case they miss the cut-off. For some reason, as Rizzle has just started his flying lap. Like, we both would appreciate Rizzle to do well, but at the same time, if he bins it and completely ruins his race, he will get absolutely destroyed.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like, there's not a second, like, no second guessing it. He will get absolutely destroyed in regards to binning it. So, Rizzle,
he said purple there on Sector 1, so...
Yeah, Sector 1 around here is all about...
Oh, a bit of a slip out of 7.
Sector 1 around here is just having the guts to keep the throttle pinned, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Sector 2 is average. I also hate the corner that he's just gone round, you know, the little left-hand kink at 11.
Yeah, that's a kink. You have to get over the top of that. Nice through the last 2. Caught the curb there, just on 15. 16
Where
looks good.
Going 4th. Oh, 6th.
116. 8.
It's not a bad time for the mediums. It's
yeah, you're going to... Yeah.
round about what he's set so far. As Liverpool fan is actually in sector 2 as we speak. So let's see where he ends up, shall we?
Yeah, I'm on board.
He's got a nice train of cars behind him.
He's got a bit... It's a horrible, horrible Sector 3. It must be one of the worst.
Yeah, I'd completely agree with that. It is a horrible final sector here. As he comes across the line, where's that happening? 9th.
17.6. It's going to be a set of softs there for a good few people, I would imagine.
Around here though, the one stop is overpowered. But the two stop is the way to go if you know that you have enough pace. Like lap to lap pace.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the great advantage of qualifying on the medium. It opens up the one stop and the two stop, you know, as you're going around and seeing how it plays out.
Yeah, but if you qualify on the soft and get through to Q3, you've kind of put yourself in the position of the two stop. And it's interesting to see that it's quite an even split throughout the field. Well, we've got Nivy on softs, Jay Williams on softs, Killer J on softs, and Sadistic King on softs, and then Jay Hartnell and Bantoff on soft tyres. So 6 out of 15 runners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, have all opted for the soft tyre. As I say that, Bantoff has just pushed Liverpool fan out of Q3 for the time being, as Killer J is just...
Yeah, Rosie's going for another hot lap on the mediums again.
Where is Rosie?
She's 13th at the moment.
That was very planted for Rosie going through there.
It's a nice turn.
Also liking the helmet design from Rosie for this season. She did message a few weeks ago saying that she was having to delay joining the lobby because she was designing a new helmet, new season, new helmet was her exact quote.
It looks fairly quick. See what she goes over at. 1:16.2. Yeah, that's nice.
So yeah, that was a banker lap that she did first time round.
No, I know what a banker lap is.
As Miami comes across the line to start his first flying lap. Jay Hartnell is still just chilling, coming down the back straight towards turn 10. Do you know what does annoy me about this game in particular? Do you know when you're riding on board with someone and it doesn't matter who it is, all of the cars look the exact same height off the floor, regardless of what ride height they're running? As Sadistic King just goes into 5th.
1:16.2, yeah.
Yeah, like all of the cars look the same ride height, regardless of what ride height they're actually running.
Strange one there, though. I'm with Mayamar. It's his first lap, he hasn't set a time yet.
Some people like the pressure of last-ditch quali laps.
Yeah, not me.
Depending on the track for me.
He looks to be purple through sector 2 there.
Someone
on a medium?
Yeah. That was AlphaTauri, I believe. Getting out of the way of someone. That will put him in P9.
P9 and 16.7.
And he's got enough ERS to do another lap. That's Killer J and Liverpool fan getting together. No, sorry, not Liverpool fan. Who's in the Racing Point? Sadistic King. Getting together. And Killer J invalidating his lap, but he has got 40-something seconds left before the end of the session, so he will be able to go through again. That's if he's got enough fuel. So, Liverpool fans, on his outlap, he needs to stop doing this.
Yes.
He's got...
Oh, Killer J's after he's gone, I'd say, with this one. He just got caught there on turn 2, 3.
Oh, was it the death curb at turn 2 on the left hand
yeah,
side?
I think it was the left hand side. He was just kicked out a bit and
and crosses the line with 5 seconds remaining of the session.
yeah, sure.
This is either brilliant or stupid. Which one do you think it's going to be?
I'll tell you there now in 1 second. He's after keeping it tight there. I'll tell you there after sector 3, okay?
It's
looking good so far now.
Oh, Jay Williams has just gone faster so far with a 1:15.6.
There's that pressure lap.
What's the saying? If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. And that's the polite version of that.
Liverpool fan is looking good. I'm not showing his time, but he's...
Purple middle sector found over a second so far.
Yeah, if he can keep it for sector 3 now, he's...
Jay, do not come back on the on the track. So
He caught the curve.
So
heading for 16, flat out. See what
with that overhead shot, you can see the exact curb that we're on about that you have to miss.
You have to, yeah.
It's the yellow curb on the
caught
inside.
him into 9th.
So that puts him through, and that knocks Rizzo out, Killer J out, who was already out anyway. Bantov, Mayama, and Full Fair. Oh no, Full Fair is actually on a lap. I think. No, he's finished. He's crossed the line. So our top 10, which I'll go through in a minute. I was just about to go through it, and then Codemasters decided they wanted to end the session. Well done, Codies.
As they do.
Yep. So, Jay Williams, Nivy, Ian, Jay Hartnell, Simo, Just Coconuts, Rosie, Sadistic King, Liverpool Fan, and Yalma. All through to Q3, we have lost Full Fair, Mayama, Bantoft, Rizzle Sticks, and Killer J. So inside the top 10, we've only got 1, 2, 3 starting on mediums, 4 on mediums.
Yeah, that kind of finishing 10th there with the medium is a bit of a... The difference between 10 and 11, opening yourself up for what strategy you want to go for is tough.
Turn 1, it's got to be chaos. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I'm going to leave you at that.
Because it's a very tight entrance to turn 1 and 2, and it's also flat out as soon as you hit the apex of turn 1.
Yeah, it's probably realistically in the race probably your best chance of passing. You know, particularly if you have DRS.
Full send mode.
Yeah. If you take it wide, you have a great line into turn 2. If you take it tight, going for the pass, it kind of obstructs you into 2 and 3. But yeah.
But then you're also on the inside line and then the outside for turn 3.
Yeah.
Which I speak from experience. Going for the overtake round the outside of turn 3, flat out, is scary.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's dangerous, probably. Really, isn't it? Is it unnecessary?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's everyone out at once. It's just a nice train of cars that have just followed. I think it was... Oh, the only one that stayed in the pits was Jay Hartnell and Liverpool Fan. So 8 cars left the pits all at once. Yeah, I'm actually wondering when Codemasters are going to announce the new game.
April. I was googling. April, May. Normally comes out the end of June, start of July.
Internet connection is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. But yeah, it's still being broadcast.
It is. I'm still getting it anyway, so all good.
That might just be my PlayStation just being my PlayStation.
Yeah, I got it. I'm a bit behind on the live.
But yeah, it's
So-
still... I've got it streaming on my phone. Actually, I'll turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone just to be on the safe side, and I'll run my data instead.
I'm expecting I'm expecting a 115.5 out of someone here. No pressure.
No pressure from any of these top guys. Bearing in mind, a lot of these guys were quick enough for Tier 1 before the merger happened. And then when
Yeah.
the merger happened, they went on a recruitment drive. And a lot of them have had to be relegated down to Tier 2. And that's why you've got all of these quick times being posted. And they're not... Like, you think they shouldn't be this much quicker than the Tier 3 guys. When in reality,
Yeah.
they're all Tier 1 potential. They're just unfortunate the fact that there has been so many quicker guys brought in. Like, I believe Sadistic King won the Tier 2 championship last year, with Steel taking, well, last season, with Steel taking the Tier 1 championship, and Alfa Romeo taking the combined constructors. And that left... It might not have been ASR, I think it was ARL, one of the three leagues that merged into one. As Simo does a 115.8 to get things kicked off.
That's very tight there, top 5, isn't it?
Oh,
I told ya, 115.4. Oh, the pressure pays off.
so who's gonna pick up that? Who's gonna rise to that challenge? Because to get any quicker than that, you need to start like entering the close to 114 markers.
Yeah, that's a savage time.
And I don't think a lot of, no disrespect to any of these guys, because I'm definitely not capable of it, but I don't think a lot of these are capable of reaching a 114 in qualifying.
It's yeah, that's a serious lap.
As Just Coconuts has done a 115.8.
I think Liverpool fan has gone to sleep.
I think him and Jay Hartnell are just like in a party somewhere talking about us and like, what are they on about? What are they doing?
Yeah, the commentary is awful.
Yeah, it's not great, but we're having, well, I'm using myself. I'm not sure about Dan, but
Dan's grand. Oh, hold on, just a bit of movement.
is this
No,
Liverpool?
that's not.
No, that's
That's
Mercedes.
Rosie coming back in.
Yeah. Every time I go to Liverpool fan, there is literally nothing for him. I just get the McLaren, the Mercedes. Pit
Does a
box.
114. Does a 114. Oh, a Liverpool fan. No pressure again.
As Ian is currently out on track. Obviously, everyone's on the medium, on the soft tyres. Sorry, which it would be stupid at this point not to use them. And I don't seem to have got any telemetry for Ian. Like, there's no... Oh, there we go. So let's... Very tidy through 7 and 8 there.
Yeah, it was planted. Oh, he's after running a bit wide there. 9 might cost him.
Are you seeing a
Yeah.
little bit of lag for him?
No, he's fine. He's fine on my screen.
Weird.
That sector 3 caught him there again. Disasters.
Yeah, he's on my screen. He's lagging around a little bit. like 22 seconds down. What happened?
Sector 3. Yeah, he got turn 13. Caught him a lot there, a bit wide. And the tendency there is to accelerate, and the more you accelerate, the worse it gets.
What, out of 13?
13, yeah.
So that is the run up to the chicane, is it? So 10,
no,
10
sorry, 12, just before the chicane. Turn 12, that long, slow right-hander.
Yeah. Because 10-13 is the quick little blast, the right-hander before the chicane starts.
I'm just seeing my notes that I jotted down under pressure at work.
With the actual layout of tracks and the corner, like the actual number of the corner, I'm usually okay with. Don't ask me the name of any of these corners because I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I have them. I have them all.
Oh, and what's turn 1 and 2 called?
Elf is turn 1. Turn 2, turn 3 turn 3 is Renault. Turn 4 Repsol Curve. Turn 5 See It. There's a couple of them don't have them.
Wait, so they've called one of them the Say It Curve.
Yeah, that's turn 5.
Which, Say It is no longer Spanish. It is owned by the Volkswagen Group. So
yeah,
it is very much German. I'm
just assuming Wikipedia is up to date as well, you know.
The Repsol Curve, I do understand. I think that was renamed after Danny Pedrosa won a race around here in the MotoGP. At the time, I think he was the youngest Spaniard to win a MotoGP race at his home race. It was a good, like, 10 or so years ago now. So these two are still sat in the pits.
Yeah, what are they just banking on one
flying
solid
lap?
One solid and see what happens.
I mean,
did they both come through Q2 on soft?
I believe so.
I think they did, yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure what they're both playing at, but they might be just trying to focus on their actual laps, and all waiting on the track to calm down a little bit. But there's not actually that many people out on track. You've got Simo, who's on a flying lap and he's almost a second down. He's invalidated anyway, so move on. Coconuts is on an out lap.
Oh, Liverpool fan is out eventually.
So is Jay Hartnell.
Yeah. It's Jay, yeah. My telemetry is acting up as well.
If you double tap triangle, it should sort itself out.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That's right. It is what it is.
It sorts itself out eventually. It's just Cody's been, Cody's. As Liverpool fan is taking a very cautious outlap.
Jay Hartnell just started his flight lap.
And he's already invalidated it.
Oh, yeah, just saw that. Disaster.
So as these two haven't already set laps, I will follow this Liverpool fan, as Jay Williams has retired from the session. Simo is just on a 1:15.3.
Yeah, that's nice. That's fast.
Do you see those goalposts? They're moving ever so slightly. Yes, it's on. Oh, just Coconut, a 1:15 dead.
1:15. I told you it was 1:14 there, and I said Liverpool fan.
So just Coconuts is just on a 1:15 dead,
yeah,
which is obliterated P2's time. Oh god, this could get interesting. Has he carried too much speed through there?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's sector 3.
See, the line I like to take around that corner is I like to take a wide line so then I can get on the power early and square it off.
Yeah.
As a 116.1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to square that corner off and just blast out of it, but it's a lot harder.
I'll be back in a tick there. Just
Okay.
get myself set up.
So, as Q3 has actually ended, and we're just waiting on the last few people to do their laps, as in Jay Hartnell, who is actually on a flying lap at the moment, and has managed to not invalidate this one. Let's see where he goes. Very average through sector 2. Where's he gonna come? He needs to have an absolutely amazing final sector to actually stand a chance of qualifying anywhere. Just about keeps that inside track limits. And he puts himself into P10. So he just sets a time and doesn't really move anywhere. So just Coconut, Yalma, Simo, Rosie, Ian, Nivy, Jay Williams, Sadistic King, Liverpool Fan, and Jay Hartnell round out our top 10. And we follow it up with 33 laps of what hopefully should be non-stop racing, but I highly doubt that we're going to get through this race without a safety car. So if there isn't one, happy days. If there is, then, well, you're just going to have to listen to us chat rubbish for like 10 minutes while the safety car is floating around. Come on, Cody's just end the session. Nobody's actually on a lap. There we go, and the session is over. Okay, even though I did it earlier, I will still do it again. Just a quick run through of the top 10. Just Coconuts with a 115 dead. Yalma with a 115.3. Simo, Rosie, Ian, Nivy, Jay Williams, Sadistic King, Liverpool Fan, and Jay Hartnell round out our top 10. With a surprising 1.2 seconds separating pole position and 10th. Sorry about that, Dan's just eating his microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. Apologies.
But yeah, 1.2 seconds between pole position and 10th.
Yeah. Will we get a clean run in turn 1?
I don't know, but we've got
Hopefully.
a formation lap to deal with. Which is one thing that they didn't have before the merger. There wasn't a formation lap in this league. It was just sorted the setup, like sort your strategy, bang, straight into the race.
Yeah. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the, I personally don't like the formation lap, but it's just, yeah, it's more authentic, I suppose.
It's Liverpool fan has readied up before anyone else. He's just screwed everyone else's strategy and kickstarted the timer. Bad Liverpool fan, you're not supposed to do that.
Well, he is a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, that does explain that.
Assuming. Nothing good ever came from a Liverpool fan.
Oh no formation lap.
No,
Wait.
straight at it.
It appears.
Whoa,
Nope. There is a formation lap.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So we'll just do a quick flick through as to see who's starting on what tyres from the back end of the field. Full Fair taking the odd approach, and same with Rizzle. Both opting for the hard tyre to start the race on. Like, I think that the hard tyre, especially on a full fuel load, will be too slow.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so.
So they may have just shot themselves in the foot, but this way they've committed to the one stop.
It'd be interesting to see from the top four there, is it a one stop or a two stop? As I said, running medium at the start just opens up your opportunities as the race goes on.
The two stop is hit on lap 7 to 9 and then 21 to 23. And the one stop was pit at lap 13.
Yeah, 13.
Unlucky for some, but lucky for others.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a safety car here, or a virtual at least. There's just so many areas where you can go off.
Yep. I'm going to put it on position change, so then from the start we can actually see, especially on lap 1 when the positions gained can make or break their race. With Catalonia being one of the most hated tracks by most people that play this game, because they just don't like the flow of it, because they feel like the final sector just ruins the flow of the track, and they'd much rather just have a long banked curve from the end of turn 11 round. Do you know the triple right-hander at Coulter?
Yeah,
that would be a great way, or Turkey with their triple left-hander. That'd be a great way to finish the lap.
Interesting to see if someone on the softs there, maybe Ian Mack, Nivy, Jay Williams, Sadistic, can they get a good start on the softs?
Yep. And are we just gonna get full send mode from someone?
It is probably your best opportunity to make serious places. Turn 1, lap 1.
So I'm riding on board with just coconuts, and the lights haven't even come up yet.
Does that look like a glitch?
It does look like Simo has disconnected from the session, as he's got a red X over his name. So unless there is just a delay in this session.
Yeah, there's a cup. Yeah. He hasn't left though, has he?
No.
I think this happened in a league race a couple of weeks back. Someone left but came back in, and it
if someone leaves and,
it just goes.
Yeah, if someone leaves and rejoins during the formation lap, it does tend to bring up this glitch.
This is easy commentary though, in fairness.
It does help doing the commentary with someone that plays the game, so they actually understand the glitches and the downsides to it.
Yeah.
But then they also understand the fun that it brings and the community that comes with being part of the game. As 1 second, let's see if any of the admins have posted it in Discord.
Yeah, they're saying lobby is stuck. Sadistic not loading.
Is that what it is? Sadistic?
Yeah, there's a screenshot here of Sadistic not loading.
I just received a comment. The stream has just stopped because I just had to turn my TV back on, so I do apologise about that. So if Sadistic King has... Right, where is that? There we go. It's now back up. So where is Sadistic King? P8.
There's a couple of suggestions coming in there of custom grid.
Yeah. So what I will do then is I will try to snap what tyres everyone is on and grab a quick picture of it just in case anyone tries to start on a different tyre. Does that have everyone's name in? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So yes, there is just a technical issue at the moment with Codemasters just being, well, themselves. So it does look like it is Simo that is the cause of this. Sadistic is the host. So that's like he will be spinning while everyone else is loading. He will only ready up once everyone else is ready. So that's why he will be spinning. So I've just posted the tyre choices into the lobby or the server just to be on the safe side, to make sure that everybody is choosing the right tyre. You may not have Simo as a friend, but will you just fire in? And we're restarting.
Yeah, just looking at the chat there, someone reckons Sadistic is actually racing. That makes sense?
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't have him as a friend.
yeah, I don't see anyone saying that he's racing.
Yeah.
Or is this in the general chat?
The general chat. So there's a couple after. Yeah, there's people leaving the session there now, so.
And my game has just completely crashed.